Hey everybody, how's it going? Josh here, and today we're going to talk about how Kong is able to leave Skull Island, because a lot of people have been asking, with Godzilla versus Kong, it likely won't all take place, maybe partially, but the whole thing won't take place on Skull Island. So at some point, Kong's going to have to be able to leave, and in the same way, if Kong doesn't die, he's going to have to be able to come back to Skull Island as well. And a lot of people have been wondering, well, because of that, is he going to swim all the way across the ocean or something like that? Like, how is he going to go about it? And likely this will relate to the Hollow Earth theory. Now, we did a video on this previously, so it should be on the end card or the description or comments below with a link to it. But basically, the Hollow Earth theory was introduced by John Goodman's character in Kong Skull Island, and he played William Randa. And pretty much what he kind of theorized here is that underneath parts of the Earth, there are these enormous kind of large pockets, basically, if you will, these caverns. And these certain creatures, such as the skull crawlers, can go in and out of them, and they're scattered all across the planet. And it was basically confirmed that these exist because they dropped bombs to test if it is hollow underneath certain parts, and it was. But even besides that, on the Monarch Science's website, where you can track Godzilla all across the world, there are certain parts where he will vanish and then reappear far away from where he originally disappeared from in the first place. And the only excuse for that is him going subterranean and him emerging elsewhere far away from another pocket. Now, this would be a really interesting thing to see because it could be used to really open the doors for what the Monsterverse is capable of showing us. And what I mean by that is we can get a pseudo Journey to the Center of the Earth style secret world full of monsters. And that would be a really interesting thing. We kind of saw something in a similar sense in Aquaman, actually, because Aquaman had the Hidden Sea, and in the Hidden Sea they had dinosaur-like creatures, and basically like it's kind of saying a hidden sea. And I think it'd be really interesting if we had something similar to that in the Monsterverse, because maybe certain monsters that are part of the Godzilla mythos that we just haven't seen yet could reside there. And I think that would be a really interesting kind of place to introduce those monsters, because you don't really have to deal with Monarch or any other organization discovering the monster above ground, secretly disguised as like a mountain or anything like that. Instead, the monster can come out of one of the pockets, maybe it's dormant, hibernating as Godzilla was and the Mutos were, and presumably Rodan and Mothra in some way, shape, or form were both dormant in some sort of hibernation-like state. It's possible other monsters, other kaiju, other titans are hibernating, but subterranean-wise. Now, this would actually make a lot of sense because we know the scroll crawlers were using the pockets, and Kong basically was seen as kind of a protector of those different Hollow Earth events on Skull Island. I mean, he was the only one definitely going against the skull crawlers, not like the people living on that island were able to do much about it. But I think it'd be really cool if maybe one of those creatures, if Godzilla maybe were to appear out of it, that'd be really interesting. Not sure those Hollow Earth pockets are that long on Skull Island though, or that wide I should say, because Monsterverse Kong kind of has a bit of a belly. But at the same time, it'd be really interesting if maybe whatever monster, whatever threat, maybe a discovery team discovers the Hollow Earth pockets, and from there they arrive on Skull Island, and maybe they grab Kong's attention and they're able to bring Kong into the Hollow Earth pocket. Or maybe, it's very possible, if it's a third-party monster that is involved with Godzilla versus Kong, we could get a really cool fight of Godzilla, Kong, and a third monster in the Hollow Earth, kind of, I guess, center of the Earth style, like I said before, kind of mini world, if you will, a subterranean world. And that'd be a really cool place as well, because it would definitely, for the filmmakers, be a really easy place for them to hide filming at, because the majority of it would probably just be extraordinarily large amounts of green screen or entirely digital. But at the same time, it gives us a really cool opportunity to really see what it's like for the Titans in their own world outside of the human world. Because if it's anything like Kong's kind of habitat, because if it's anything like Godzilla's kind of world, it'd be very interesting to see if it's surrounded by a bunch of lava and things like that, since it seems that Godzilla has its own pseudo-temple, if you will, surrounded by lava and magma, and it appeared as if it was subterranean in nature, at least from how it's been described in certain leaks and stuff like that here and there. But I don't really know how Kong would survive in that, but comment below your guys' thoughts, what do you guys think about this, and I'll see you guys later.